So yes,
straight?
so she was 19 when we got married. She was 18 when we started dating. So, you know, a lot of misconception out there about a lot of people try to like twist her age online and make it seem like she was born a year earlier. She wasn't.
I mean, I can't tell you if he's gay. I can tell you that I'm gay, but I don't know if he's gay. I know he likes little boys.
We can't defend Marques Houston anymore after his wife said this, because at some point, the timeline stops making sense. The age gap relationship, the rumors about her being a missing teen, the past allegations from Raz-B and Quindon Tarver, the restraining order, the awkward comments about single moms. It all piles up.
I would never want to be with a woman that felt like, oh, I don't need you, or I don't, you know what I'm saying, like that. So, you know, and there's a lot of women my age, and I've dated women my age, and, you know, they may have baggage, they may have kids, they may...
And every time Marques tries to clear things up, the internet digs deeper. What started as a clean-cut R&B star story has turned into something way messier, one that raises questions about power, control, and silence in the music industry.
Do you know if Chris Stokes is gay?
I mean, I can't tell you if he's gay. I can tell you that I'm gay, but I don't know if he's gay. I know he likes little boys.
Let's break it all down. No filters, just facts. Early rumors in Immature, IMX era, Marques Houston was a popular R&B singer known from the group Immature, which later changed its name to IMX. He became famous at a young age and was seen as a teen heartthrob. Because of his style, soft voice, and the way he dressed, some people began to question his sexuality. In a 2007 interview with Sister to Sister magazine, Marques spoke out about these rumors. He said people made assumptions about him because he wasn't a hardcore rapper. He explained that if a black man didn't act tough or aggressive, some would quickly call him gay. He also said people judged him because of his hairstyle and the way he carried himself. But those things didn't mean anything about his sexuality. He wanted people to know that these were just rumors and not based on any truth. Things became more serious in 2007 when DeMario Raz-B Thornton.
Really good.
Thank you, boo-boo. I was happy to be here. I had a really good time. Had fun. Yeah, I'm out.
A former member of the boy group B2K made shocking accusations. He said Marques Houston and their former manager Chris Stokes had sexually abused him when he was younger. Chris Stokes was the man behind several R&B acts in the 1990s and early 2000s, including Immature and B2K. Raz-B later took back the claims, but in 2010, he brought them up again. He even released an audio recording of a phone conversation he had with another artist named Quindon Tarver.
The need feeling in your life.
In that call, they talked about the painful things they both said happened to them when they were young. Both Marques and Chris strongly denied everything, saying the claims were lies. Quindon Tarver was also a young singer who got noticed for singing in the movie Romeo plus Juliet. He was very talented and had big dreams of becoming a music star. But in an Instagram post, he explained that his dreams were crushed. He said he just wanted to sing and share his gift with the world. He didn't expect to deal with jealousy, rejection, or pain. He also said that the relationship he had with Chris Stokes fell apart. In an interview with Vibe magazine, Quindon said Chris was a very dirty, rotten guy. He accused Chris of not just abusing him, but watching other horrible things happen between him and Marques Houston. He said that Chris arranged those moments, and that he would even take a lie detector test to prove he was telling the truth.
Do you know if Chris Stokes is gay?
I mean, I can't tell you if he's gay. I can tell you that I'm gay, but I don't know if he's gay. I know he likes little boys.
Quindon said it was very hard to live with this secret for so long. He talked about the pain, the betrayal, and the loss of trust he felt. He also said it felt like his whole world had fallen apart when he was dropped from the music industry. He was once signed to Hook Productions and Virgin Records. But after everything happened, he said it felt like the rug was pulled out from under him. He felt like the dream he worked so hard for was suddenly gone. Years later, he described the music industry as a cruel place full of people who tried to use him for their own gain. He said they treated him like a puppet. It took him a long time to heal, but he eventually found strength in his faith and said he didn't need the industry to keep singing.
I always knew I was different. I always knew that there was something different about me. Even when I dated girls, I knew that I liked boys.
In 1999, something else big happened in Quindon's life. His mother overheard a conversation where he talked about being gay. At that time, Quindon was just 17 years old. He was nervous, but he told his mom the truth and said, "I am a homosexual." He was scared of how his family would react, but to his surprise, they were all supportive and loving. Years later, he shared that moment on Instagram and said he was proud of who he was. He said he embraced his identity and was no longer afraid to be himself. Raz-B also said that his own brother, Ricardo "Ricky Romance" Thornton, was one of Chris's victims. He said the truth hurt his family, but he felt like he needed to speak out to stop the pain and make sure others were safe. Like I said earlier, Raz-B posted a phone call between him and Quindon on the internet. In the call, they both talked about what they said happened to them when they were younger. Quindon talked about a wooden bench Chris used and how it brought back painful memories. Quindon later said he didn't know the call was being recorded. He thought it was just a private conversation. After the video became popular online, he released a statement. He said he had already told his story in 2008 to Vibe magazine and didn't want to keep talking about it in public. He also said he had spoken to law enforcement and handed the whole situation over to God.
I mean, I can't tell you if he's gay. I can tell you that I'm gay, but I don't know if he's gay. I know he likes little boys.
Quindon didn't want attention. He didn't want to hurt anyone's reputation. He just wanted to heal and move forward with his life. He said he was working on new music and believed that God would take care of everything. He didn't want to carry bitterness anymore. He was focused on using his voice and talent for good. As all this happened, Marques Houston went to court to ask for protection. He filed a restraining order against Raz-B. Marques said Raz-B's accusations were false and that they had caused him emotional pain. The court approved the restraining order, which meant Raz-B was legally required to stay away from Marques. Even though Marques always denied the claims, the situation left a cloud over his name. This story is heavy and sad. It shows the dark side of the music industry and the pain some young stars go through. While the truth is hard to fully know, it is clear that the lives of Quindon, Raz-B, and Marques were deeply affected. Some found strength in speaking out, while others tried to move on quietly. Behind the music, there are real people with real pain. But Stokes strongly denied everything. He said none of the accusations were true and even added, "I'm not gay." Stokes wanted people to know that he was not involved in anything wrong and that the stories being told about him were lies. This situation made people question those who worked closely with him, including Marques Houston.
One follower sent Chris a DM accusing him of rape, but his response said, "I have never did anything to Raz-B, those are all lies." All of this stems from a video posted by Raz-B over the weekend saying Chris Stokes is trying to keep him from telling his story.
In 2010, singer Ray J got involved in this issue when he made a comment about it. He said he had spoken with Raz-B, and Raz-B didn't deny what happened. Ray J didn't say too much, but he did say he respected everyone, no matter their sexuality. Ray J was trying to show that he wasn't taking sides, but he still wanted people to be honest and face the truth. Many fans felt like Ray J was suggesting something without saying it directly. In 2024, a two-part documentary came out. It tried to clear up some of the longtime rumors. Both Chris Stokes and Marques Houston spoke out in the documentary. They denied any kind of romantic or sexual relationship between them. Houston said he was tired of the lies and how they had affected his career. He said the stories were unfair and hurt his image as an artist. Both men said these rumors had been following them for years and wanted people to finally stop believing them.
Remember this. So I'm so sure something is going to come out that he gonna come up with some receipts, because here's the thing, he's really going to need them, because nowadays proof is in the pudding for real. So you need something more than just your words and then Chris' words.
Marques Houston got married to Mia Dickey in August 2020. They now have 2 children. Houston said that it didn't take long for him to know that Mia was the one. They met at a Jehovah's Witness gathering in 2018. Just 5 months later, they were engaged. They got married in California during the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of the virus, they only had a small number of people at their wedding. But their relationship became the talk of the internet for another reason. Mia is 20 years younger than Houston. When people found out, she was only 17 when they met. Many started to question the timing of their romance.
Does it upset you that the internet seems to have a problem about the age that your wife was when you married her? Everyone's talking about it.
Absolutely not.
How come?
Houston later talked about it in detail. He said clearly that they didn't start dating or having any close relationship until Mia turned 18.
So yes, so she was 19 when we got married. She was 18 when we started dating. So, a lot of misconception out there about a lot of people try to twist her age online and make it seem like she was born a year earlier. She wasn't.
He wanted people to know that nothing inappropriate happened between them while she was still a minor. In a video, he explained, "When I met my wife, she was 17, but we didn't have a real connection or talk deeply until she was of age. He knew people wouldn't understand, but he felt it was time to speak out."
Everybody has their own opinion. Opinions are like noses. Everybody has one. I'm not a kind of person that don't really care what people think about me. So say what you want. I'm happily married and I love my wife. We have a beautiful daughter, and that's how we live it.
Houston said he got a lot of hate for marrying someone so young. But for him, their bond was strong and based on love and faith. He explained that he and Mia had a spiritual connection. They both believe in Jehovah and they bonded over their religion. That shared belief helped their relationship grow. Houston said he fell in love with her kindness, her gentle spirit, and how much she reminded him of his own mother. He said they connected through music and shared many of the same values.
And she keeps me young and fresh. What can I say? We have a love that people don't really understand, and I don't really care to explain it. That's what it is.
In 2020, Houston posted a message on Instagram to try to stop all the rumors. He said he usually doesn't talk about personal things, but this time he had to. He wrote, "My love life shouldn't be a topic, but since it is, let me give y'all the facts." He said he met Mia in 2018 through a friend. He had never seen or heard of her before that. He also said someone lied or made a mistake when they listed her name in a movie project with him. That listing made it look like they had known each other earlier, which was not true, according to him. He continued by saying, "Mia and I didn't start dating until she was an adult." He said they fell in love and got engaged the next year. He said his father, Michael, loves Mia, and so do all the people close to him. Most importantly, Houston said their relationship has Jehovah's blessing. That means a lot to him because their faith is very important in their lives. He added more in that same Instagram message. "None of the rumors are true," he said. "There's no scandal, no secrets, no dark things to find. Just love." He told his followers that he had nothing to hide. He also said that if people were waiting for some kind of drama, they would be waiting forever. Houston said he wanted to protect his wife and his family, which is why he spoke out. Houston said he only went public with his story because of a blog post. Though he didn't name the blog, people believed he was talking about MTO News. That blog said Mia might have been on a list of missing teenagers. Twitter users said she had been missing for 4 years, which raised even more questions. Some people online thought that Mia was actually someone named Miana Dickey, who worked with Houston and Chris Stokes in a movie. If that was true, people believed they may have known each other longer than Houston claimed. People kept pointing to a movie credit that listed Miana Dickey as the art director for a movie called Always and Forever, which Houston and Stokes worked on in 2018. This made people think she was already working with them when she was still a minor. Houston said that credit was either a mistake or someone just trying to stir up trouble. He denied that Mia had worked on the film before they met. There were also other stories about Mia possibly being a runaway. One YouTube show called Mob Radio shared this idea in 2020. The show said Mia looked like a girl named Miana who had gone missing. This added to the drama and made even more people question the timeline of their relationship. But again, there was no solid proof that Mia and Miana were the same person.
So yes, so she was 19 when we got married. She was 18 when we started dating. So, you know, a lot of misconception out there about a lot of people try to like twist her age online and make it seem like she was born a year earlier. She wasn't.
To make matters worse, Marques Houston had already been linked to the rumors that he and Chris Stokes were accused of sexual misconduct. In an old interview, Raz-B said that Chris Stokes forced him to take showers with other boys and even made him kiss Houston. These are serious claims. Houston and Stokes have never admitted to any of these things. They have always said the stories are false. As of now, neither Houston nor Mia have talked more about this issue. They seem to be focusing on their family and moving forward. Marques and Mia now have 2 children. Their first child, a daughter named Zara Denise, was born in December 2021. They kept the pregnancy private, not sharing much with the public. But after their daughter was born, Houston praised his wife on Instagram. He said, "A child is such a blessing from Jehovah. A woman's body is an amazing creation." He called Mia his rock and said watching her carry their baby was like witnessing a miracle. Despite all the rumors and public criticism, they say their love is real and blessed by God. Marques, known from the movie You Got Served, made a sweet post on Instagram 1 year after meeting Mia. He called her his forever love, spiritual woman, and blessing. He said she was his other half and relationship goals. His post was full of love and joy. It was clear he truly cared about Mia and was proud to show it. This was not just another social media post. It was filled with real emotion. He even said, "Happy 1 year knowing each other, anniversary baby." That kind of message shows deep feelings. It was a special way of honoring the day they first met. After dating for 5 months, Marques proposed to Mia in March 2019. Mia posted pictures of their engagement on Instagram. She said yes to her best friend. She felt very lucky to be with Marques. Her post showed how much she loved him. Marques also shared a picture of their hands, and Mia's engagement ring was hard to miss. It was a 5-carat diamond ring. Marques wrote, "She said yes." Their love was becoming more serious, and they were ready to take the next step together. More than a year later, they got married. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, they had a small wedding. It was held outside at the Eagle Glen Golf Club in Corona, California on August 24th, 2020. The wedding was very private. Mia wore a gown designed by Jomo Patterson. Marques wore a white shaker tuxedo. Even though it was a small wedding, it was full of love and joy. Marques shared with People magazine that he was very nervous before the wedding. He said he was shaking. But when he saw Mia walking down the aisle, everything felt right. He said he couldn't stop his tears. Even though he promised not to cry, he ended up crying like a baby. That moment was emotional and powerful for him. It showed how deeply he loved her. The wedding was a simple but beautiful event with heartfelt feelings. During the ceremony, they recited traditional vows, but they also added something special, a handshake. This was their personal touch. Marques said they had practiced this handshake for months, but they never got it right until the wedding day. That made it even more special. Mia said they both looked at each other and thought, "Finally." It was a sweet moment that made their wedding unique. It showed their fun side and their deep connection. At the wedding reception, Marques surprised Mia with a live performance. R&B singer Major sang her favorite song, "Why I Love You." Mia said it was her favorite moment from the wedding. She had no idea it was coming. She felt surprised and touched. This small act meant a lot to her. Marques clearly wanted to make her happy. It was a beautiful moment in their love story. A few months after their first child, Zara, was born, Marques talked about being a dad in an interview. He said he was very involved in his daughter's life. He wasn't the type of dad who works all the time and forgets his family. He said being a father and husband were his biggest achievements. He took these roles seriously. He wanted to be present for his family and give them love and time. Then, on December 13, 2023, Mia gave birth to their second child, a baby boy named Grayson Houston. They shared the news together in a post saying, "We are so in love and couldn't feel more complete." It was a joyful moment for the family. Having two children brought even more love into their lives. Even with all the love they shared, the couple faced a lot of criticism. Some people online and in the media accused Marques of grooming Mia. Some fans said they believed he knew her before she turned 18. They claimed they saw them together in 2016, when she was still underage. Marques denied those claims and said they only started dating when she was an adult. Still, the criticism didn't stop. Despite the backlash, Marques and Mia continued to appear in public together. They showed love and unity. They said their relationship was based on respect and honesty. They didn't let the rumors break them apart. But in 2025, reports started coming out that they had separated. Neither of them has said anything to confirm this. But people noticed signs on social media that something might be wrong. Many think the relationship may be over. Marques also got into trouble for comments he made about older women. In an interview, he said he chose a younger woman because women his age often have baggage like children. He said that was a red flag for him. He also said independent women are harder to be with. His words upset many people, especially single mothers and older women. People said his words were hurtful and unfair.
You know, it's just, there's so many different women that I've dated throughout my life, and this just so happened to be the one that caught my heart.
His former bandmate from the group Immature, young Rome, didn't agree with his comments either. Rome said that their group was raised by strong women who went through hard times. He said it was wrong to put down one group of women just to praise another. He reminded Marques that many of their fans from the 90s are now older, single mothers. They were the ones who supported their music and careers. Rome also talked about colorism in their old music videos. He said they didn't understand it back then, but never meant to exclude anyone. Now, he sees how those messages may have hurt their fans. He wanted to say sorry to the fans, especially Black women, who have faced unfair judgment. He wanted to stand up for them and say that all women deserve respect. After Rome spoke out, Marques responded by calling him a bottom feeder. This made the situation worse. But later, Marques apologized. He said the media tries to make people fight for entertainment. He said he didn't want to argue with Rome and admitted that his words had caused problems. He tried to calm things down, but the damage was already done. The feud showed how deep the disagreement was. Back in 2015, Marques also had a strange situation with singer Chris Brown. Marques left a funny comment on Chris's ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran's Instagram. He joked about his old TV role as Roger from Sister Sister, but Chris and his friends didn't find it funny. One of Chris's friends even posted a threat toward Marques, but later deleted it. Karrueche had to step in and say she and Marques were just friends. She told Chris and his group to stop the drama.